Well, it's a beautiful sunny autumn day today, and I thought it'd be cool for us to draw an oak leaf. So the first thing we're going to do is what I call feeling in. And that's where we just work out the rough kind of shape of our leaf. And we can kind of redraw this as we go along. Because I can already tell I haven't brought that side out far enough yet. But that's okay. When you're drawing, it's a good idea to start with just really nice broad pencil lines and then just bring it back into more detail. And I can use my pencil for an angle, so I can kind of go, okay, that line, actually pull that one down a bit more. Okay. Okay, so we're going to come down, we've got some little offshoots coming off here. One there, one there. It's going to quite a main part. So these veins will help us to sort of break up into these side pieces. Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's not looking quite right there. Looks like a little pointy sort of shark fin or something there. There's our main end. This one kind of folds down a bit. Okay, that one there goes to there, so kind of comes around a bit more. Yeah, nice. Alright, cool. So once you're happy with your sketch, then just work around and just sort of rub out some of those extra lines that we don't really need in there. Now I'm just drawing on some basic paper. I think it's, what is it? 135 gram cartridge paper, which I quite like. It's got a little bit of tooth. I had that question on my last video about what kind of paper I use. Yeah, so just something that's not really smooth. You want a little bit of tooth so that it picks up on the pencil. Alright. Awesome. Alright, let's start getting some of our base colours down. So we're going to start off with some of these really nice reds in through here. And I'm just going to lay down some base colours first up. Now you notice the veins in here are a little bit lighter, so I'm going to leave a little bit of room to bring in some lighter tones. Now I've got a little sheet off screen here, which I'm just basically scribbling. That pencil was a bit too sharp, so I want it to be a little bit softer. And it's also a good idea, so just when I was choosing my colours, I sort of had a little scribble just to make sure I was happy with them. Okay, so we've got some reds in here. There's some kind of splotches of brown coming through here. And this is a reddy brown. I like to take it nice and slow at this stage, just like laying down some colour. Okay. It's quite nice how it's like, it's got a bit of a graduation in the leaf, so it kind of goes from those yellower, lighter browns up to the reds in the middle. If you've got some colour pencils, you could be following along with me. Just find a leaf from outside. Alright, cool. So, now we'll bring in a little bit of orange. And what I'm wanting to do, once again it's a bit too sharp. What I'm wanting to do here is just blend a little bit of the orange with the red. I'm just kind of looking back and forth. Yeah, it's a bit more deep red and into browns on this side, so we'll leave that. But we're definitely getting some oranges down on this side here. Cool. And that stalk is actually quite orange as well, but I think we'll pick that up a bit later. And once again, leaving a bit of space through the middle for my contrasting veins. Cool. Now the good thing about these pencils is we're going to be able to draw some of these veins in a bit later as well. They look more sort of yellowy, light brown to me. Alright, cool. Let's carry on in the lighter area. We'll bring in some of this warm yellow here. It's my neighbour's dog saying hello. Nice. Bit more yellow here, kind of on the edges, and then as it pops down into the stalk. Nice. Cool. Alright, let's have a look for a lighter brown. So, here we go. This one is sienna brown, and that's going to be nice for our sort of reddy browns up here. A little bit of rain. Sunshine and then rain. That's the season in New Zealand at the moment. Now there is a little bit of shadow. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. There's a bit of shadow on the leaf, so we'll pick that up later. But there's quite a sharp line between the white background and the edge of the leaf, which is really nice. So I'm just, while the pencil's nice and sharp, I'm trying to pick up that line. Without, you got to try not to just outline the whole thing, but you do want to have a sharp contrast on the edge. Okay, now I just want to bring in a little bit of a lighter brown. Actually, I might just see if I can find. Okay. Alright, we'll use this one here, the beige colour. That's probably right actually anyway. Ah, yeah, nice. Yeah, because I want to sort of warm up some of this brown. It's a little bit dark and cool. There we go, that's better. And now I'm starting to work a little bit harder, and this is doing some of that job of the blending. So if you remember what I normally say is like darker colours on the bottom, lighter colours on the top, although you can layer them too. So go back to our sienna brown. Actually, wonder what this brown would be like. Ooh, nice. Terracotta. Oh yeah, that is nice. It's a little bit warmer than sienna. Too many colours to choose from. Man, I love drawing. This is so nice. I feel like winter is just a really nice time to draw. Just kind of sitting, you know, somewhere warm, cup of tea. Okay. Actually, this beige is working really well as a blender too, to kind of pull out some of those colours. And if you've seen my other videos, you would have seen how I talk about not filling up the paper too much. So if you press really hard with colour pencils, you get like a waxy kind of finish, and it's harder to add layers over the top of that. You can do it, but it's a little bit harder. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to pull up some of this colour here, yellow ochre. Yeah, nice. I'm going to use the yellow ochre as my kind of vein colour. Not sure if you guys can hear that rain on the video, but it's pretty nice. I like a bit of rain. Alright, and then there'll be some little veins coming off there as well, but actually we're going to be blending a lot of that background, so I might just wait on that. You can actually see some little pops of green in the veins, so I might bring in a little sharp green at the end. It'd be nice. Alright, that's looking good. So let's try and pull in some more red. Actually, what's my other red like? Oh yeah, we've got a Crimson Lake red as well. Yeah, let's bring in a little bit of that over here. Yeah, I feel like there's a bit of shadow kind of through the middle, and so I want to sort of, yeah, like that, create a bit of that shadow. It always amazes me all the different colors that you can see in nature like this. Okay, so if we're doing a shadow on this side, then logically we're going to have a bit of a highlight on the opposite side. So we're creating the sense of it sort of being a rounded form, which it is. Yeah, nice. So bring in a bit more of the reds over here. Okay, cool. And then on the opposite side, we're going to have a lighter, so let's pick up some orange on there. And then we'll go back to our crimson red, which is nice and warm. Alright, we've got quite a few colours happening in there now, so it's looking good. I think it might be time to do some blending with our blending pencil. Alright, and then we'll see where we sit after that. Where are we? Here we go. Okay, so blending pencil. So what we want to do is just basically go over it. Just think about the direction of the pencil marks on this one. And what this does is it just makes the colors more vibrant, kind of squashes them down into the paper. Do you see how that little section there is now nicely blended? We can still work on top of this once we've done it, but yeah, this helps to make it look more detailed. I wonder if we might need to go a bit darker with our browns over in this area here. Yep. There's actually some quite dark areas through here. Well, that red's popping out nicely though, isn't it? Good. Yeah, we'll need a bit more bright red in here, I think. Alright, let's work on down this side. Do you guys like to use a blending pencil? I'd be interested to hear how you do it. I wonder if it's different for different brands as well. Yeah, let me know how you use a blending pencil in the comments. And maybe let me know what kind of pencils you're using as well. I'm interested to know. Alright, that's really starting to pop. It's coming together well. Alright, so now we're just going to look at it a bit critically and think about like what are the colours that are missing on here. And I definitely think we need to go darker around this side. So if I come back in here, wait, what are we working with here? This is a, yeah, dark umber. Here we go. So if I start kind of working in some of these areas, I don't want to go too heavy, I just want to build it up. Oh, come back, leaf. Yeah, it's definitely a bit too light up here. Okay, so we'll just do a little bit of blending on that. Alright, what else do we need here? We're looking pretty nice. Maybe just a few little kind of imperfections, little dots and pieces. I think it would be good to bring in some more, what have we got here, sepia. Bring in some more veins. I'm just going to do that with my sepia pencil. Which is just really like a toned down version of black. It's a grey brown, I guess. Because we don't really want to start bringing in strong blacks at this point. Well, not for this drawing anyway. we go, it's looking good. Cool. Might need a little bit more red just up here on the stalk. Okay, alright, that's looking cool. Pretty happy with that. There's definitely some kind of more vibrant oranges and reds going on in here, so I could probably just build up a bit more of those colours. Okay. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to do is we're just going to add some shadows in here. So what I want to try and do with that, we'll just try and capture the shadow that's coming on down here. Yeah, it might look a little bit different on the screen to what I'm seeing, but that's alright. So if we bring it up over here, it's two parts. We want to have a soft kind of bit of tone coming out. So I'm using a black here, but I just want to go nice and easy. Yeah, cool. Alright, let's do a bit of blending without going too hardcore. Just bring a little bit of warm grey on the edge. If this was graphite, we could just sort of blend it, maybe smudge it a little bit. But I don't want to do that on this case. Alright, and then what we need to do here is we need to create a nice contrast along the edge of the leaf. Oh, popped to the end. So, a nice dark contrast. Not just a line, well, it's a line along the edge of the leaf, and then we're just going to blend that out into the shadow. Okay, so nice line along the edge here. And blend it out. Alright, there we go. So that is my drawing of a leaf. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. It was fun making it. Let me know in the comments what you'd like me to do for my next video. Cool. See you later.